Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Teacher Bell, and kung bago ka sa channel ko, pwede kang mag-subscribe para ma-notify ka ng mga bagong video tutorials na i-upload ko. Okay, for today, we're going to talk about factoring. So, factoring of perfect square trinomials. So, a perfect square trinomials can be factored like a plus b squared or a minus b squared. But before we factor it out, we have to identify what is a perfect square trinomials, or how to identify if the given numbers is a perfect square trinomials. So how do we find out if it's a perfect square trinomials? Okay, it goes like this. So first we have to identify if this given is a perfect square trinomials. How to do that? So we're going to get the square root of the first and the last term. So what is the first term? So x squared. So what is the square root of x squared? That is x. Okay, and then we're going to multiply it by the square root of the last term. Square root of 49, that is 7. Okay, and then we're going to multiply it by 2. So x times 7 times 2, that is 14x. So 14x, or positive 14x, is the middle term of this equation. Therefore, this is a perfect square trinomials. You get it? Okay, next. Next is we have to get the square root of the first term. So we have 100a squared. So that is 10a times square root of the last term, 4b squared, that will be 2b, then multiply it by 2. The answer will be 10a times 2b times 2, that will be 40ab. So 40ab is the middle term in this given, so therefore this is also a perfect square. Next, get the square root of the first term, a squared, that is a, times the square root of the last term, which is 144b squared, that is 12b. Okay, multiplied by 2, that is 24ab. 24ab is the middle term. Therefore, this is a perfect square. But you will see there is a negative, right? But I can change the square root of 144 into negative, because still negative 12 times negative 12 is still 144. Okay? Because we're looking for the middle term, not with a sign. Okay? So therefore, this is a perfect square. Next, 16x squared minus x minus 8xy plus y squared. So square root of the first term, 16x squared, that is 4x, times square root of y squared, that is y, multiplied by 2. So 4x times y times 2, that will become 8xy. 8xy is the middle term. Therefore, this is also a perfect square trinomials. Okay, next, 4x to the 4th plus 12xy plus 16y. So the square root of this is 2x to the 4th, squared, and this one is times 4, and then y doesn't have a square root because that is y, right? So therefore, this is not a perfect square trinomials, only this 4. Okay, now this one, I told you a while ago that this is the factor form of the perfect square trinomials, but there are different a plus b squared and a minus b squared. What is the difference between the two? It's something in the middle term. Okay, if the middle term is positive, we're going to use this. If the middle term is a negative, like 3 and 4, you will use this 1. Okay, now we know that the first number is a perfect square trinomials. Okay, so let us erase this one first. Okay, so let us factor it out. Okay, so first, since this is a perfect square trinomials, we're going to follow this. Okay, x squared plus 14x plus 49, so positive, so we're going to use this one. So therefore, we're going to get the square root of the first term, x squared, that is x, then plus square root of 49, that is 7, then square. This will be the factor form of this. Get it? Next, get the square root of the first term, 100a squared, that is 10a, plus square root of 4b squared, that is 2b, then squared. Okay, now this one, square root of the first term, a squared, that is a, and then since this is negative, we have negative here, we're going to use this one. So minus square root of 144b squared, that is 12b squared. Okay, and then this one, so again, square root of the first term, 16x squared, that is 4x, minus, because the middle term is negative, so we're going to do this, we're going to use this, so minus square root of y squared, that is y, then squared. Okay, do you get it? Okay, now let's try to answer the following. Factor the following perfect square trinomials. And you can post this video and answer the following, and after that you can play it back to check if your answer is correct. Okay, so now let's do it. Let's answer this. Okay, just remember the formula. Okay, for number 1, 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. So therefore, what is the square root of 4x squared? That is 2x, plus square root of 16, that is 4 squared. Okay, I use positive here because the middle term is a positive. Okay, next, square root of 49a squared, that is 7a, minus square root of b squared, that is b, then squared. Why did I use negative? Because it's negative, the middle term is negative. Next, square root of 81x squared, that is 9x, plus square root of 16y squared, 4y, then squared. Okay, I use positive here because the middle term is positive. Next, square root of 25m squared, that is 5m, minus square root of 100, that is 10 squared. Why did I use negative here? Because the middle term is negative. Next, 36x squared, square root is 6x, plus square root of 16y squared, that is 4y, then squared. Why did I use positive? Because the middle term here is a positive number. So there you have it. These are the correct answer. Okay, so if you have a lesson that you want me to discuss, just comment down below. and I will discuss it for you. Okay, bye, see ya.